Hi Aquarius, this is your horoscope for January 2017. Thank you for joining me. It's really nice to be with you today. Now the big themes for you are very, very productive in nature, finance, prosperity, abundance, and also work. You see yourself as someone who's diligent, hardworking, who's really grounded, and whatever you put your mind to, you will make a lot of progress in that area because you put so much effort into it. Now from the 28th of December 2016 until the 14th of January 2017, the Sun conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn, and it happens in your 12th house of spirituality and spiritual strength. So the Sun is your identity. It's what energizes you. It's what makes you feel alive. And in Capricorn, it's very grounded and it's very earthy. It's like, I work, therefore I am. And because it's in your 12th house, you will identify very strongly with the work that you're doing. And if you're working, I think you'll get a sense of well-being from that. And if you're not working at something, there'll be a gap and there'll be a hole and it will feel like I should be doing something. So there's a sense of urgency involved here. Now, Pluto is about the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's about new beginnings, new life. And because it's 5 degrees away from your sun, it really influences it. So you will get new insights when it comes to what could you be working on. If you've got a job already, and you've had that for the last 20 years, you will get insights and inspiration in terms of what else could you be doing? Could you be more productive if you did something completely different? Maybe you should tweak your existing job, but it's really not about anyone telling you what to do. It's you identifying with the work that you do and really getting clear on this is an accurate reflection of who I am or not. So that energy is around for the first 2 weeks of January. With the Pisces energy in your second house of money, really tune in and just say, what is my guidance telling me here? Am I in the right job? Am I working at something that is really using all of my gifts and talents? Or should I be looking for alternatives? On the 3rd of January, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, that moves into Pisces as well in your second house. So there's a lot going on there now. You've got Venus, the South Node, Neptune, Mars, the Moon, and Chiron, all of which are in Pisces. And it's interesting. It's almost like you become psychic when it comes to your income. You start to become guided by your angels, your guides, the Ascended Masters, whoever you work with, and they're kind of inspiring you and saying, if you follow this path, then you will find creating abundance and prosperity for yourself much easier. And then with all the Capricorn energy in your 12th, if you take that information and you actually put it to good use, you'll notice that things come together really quickly. So this is a real blessing here. You're being supported, and it's so interesting because you hit the ground running in 2017 here in January like nobody else, because you're getting the information in and you're willing to do something with it, and then you'll see success really quickly. Out of all of the signs of the zodiac, you really make the most progress here in January, and you really embody this energy of 2017. 2 and 1 is 3, and 7 is 10. 10 reduces to 1 in numerology, and that's about new beginnings and taking charge of the situation and making a fresh start. In the tarot, that's the magician, and that's someone who has all the tools at his disposal. In your case, that comes via your guidance, your intuition, and then you can actually make things happen with all this Capricorn energy you've got in your 12th. So there's a lot of power available to you here, Aquarius. Take a risk, take a chance. It is very likely that you'll succeed. Now that energy becomes stronger and stronger as the month goes on. From the 4th of January to the 19th of January, Venus begins to conjunct Neptune, both of which are in Pisces in your second house. And that gives you such a clear channel to what it is you truly love and what it is you really ought to be doing. Listen to that, put in the legwork, and you'll be thrilled with the results. Now, since December 2016, Mercury has been in retrograde in Capricorn in your 12th house, and it stays in retrograde until the 8th of January. Now, when Mercury is in retrograde, communication and transportation can often become more difficult, but on the 5th, it continues to retrograde and it comes out of Capricorn and it goes back into Sagittarius in your 11th house. And what that does is it gives you a 3-day period where you can really enjoy this kind of non-pressurized safe space where you can ask yourself, what are my hopes and dreams? What is the way forward? And how can I realize that? And all of that comes together with your intuition, with the ability to work and to create and to really not be put off by obstacles. And you really can almost carve out different paths for yourself and choose how you're going to go into this year and what really feels most loving and positive to yourself. So it's really important that you don't kind of spend the beginning of January listening to some authority figure in your life who says, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, because that's totally counter what's happening. This is a very personal journey. This is very much about you and what you like. On the 8th of January, Mercury then goes direct. And when Mercury goes direct, things become less stifled and less labored. Communication flows more easily. Transportation, all of the details of life, they become much more easy to manage. Booking flights and talking to people. It's still in Sagittarius though, in your 11th, so you'll start to see ways of actually doing the things that you've thought about. How you can actually implement those things. It moves into Capricorn on the 13th of January and it hops over into your 12th house. So this is really when all systems are go. You've done the research, you know what you like, you know which path you've chosen. From the 13th onwards, it's time to actually do it. Start the new business, put a sign out, sign the contracts, buy the lease, rent the premises, whatever. Actually do the practical side of things. And I mean, that's a 13-day period, that's not long. So you've done 2 weeks of real soul searching and now you can really start cruising. Around the same time here, on the 12th of January, the full moon happens in Cancer in your 6th house. And this is a real blessing, it's a culmination. And you'll experience that it's an emotional sense of peace and understanding and coming to a sense of, oh my God, I've asked all of these questions, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. That's huge. It's a 22 degrees. 22 is the master number of the builder. So the answers and the questions that you're asking at this time here of the year, they're not just going to be temporary things. The decisions you make now are at least going to serve you for the rest of 2017. So it is very, very important that you engage with this process because you can have a fabulous year here where you're really doing something that you love and care about and that provides you with a lot of abundance and prosperity. So not only is it fun because you actually enjoy it, but also you get a nice kind of return from it. So that's ideal. So this is a perfect month for anyone who feels like, you know, I'm 50 years old, I still haven't discovered what I'm supposed to do with my life. Engage with the process here in January and you may be able to put this to bed once and for all. Now that energy continues throughout January, so the next 2 weeks are really an extension of that. There's still the great sense of intuition when it comes to how to make money, then how to implement those things. And the next big shift in energy is on the 28th of January when the new moon happens in your sign of Aquarius in the 1st house. So this is energy being pulled in, and now you're actually thinking along the lines of, okay, how can I use this energy to put myself out there? How can I publicize myself? How can I get the word out that I exist and I'm doing these things? On the same day, Mars is in Aries in the 3rd house, and think of that as kind of like a microphone or an ad, or people starting to recognize that you're around and they see you and they become aware of you, and you really have the energy going into February to now start doing the things that you're doing and to do that in connection with other people. So it looks like a life-changing month, to be fair. If you have any questions or you would like me to look at what's coming up for you based on your personal horoscope, which I can draw up by looking at your place of birth, date of birth and time of birth, then please get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab and you can order your reading with me there. Please remember to subscribe to this channel and I'll speak to you next month.